Here's the stuff that I want to start out at and try to get through most of tomorrow, starting with chapter 12. The rest is stuff that I'm pretty comfortable with, I'm pretty familiar with, and overall, even starting from this chapter, going through the rest of the book, I'm pretty comfortable with. As far as I've done hands-on trading with the troubleshooting stuff and configuration of laptops and stuff like that, mainly on laptops, updating, replacing hard drives, checking under the hood and stuff like that. But this is where I've gone from here. So let's just go through this. And this is what's in here with chapter 13. This is the stuff that I really want to be familiar with. I'm pretty familiar with a lot of this stuff as far as doing it and updating stuff and checking different things. This is mainly the basic stuff that I want to be real clear on as part of what I want to do with my channel and my YouTube channel with a lot of this stuff. Troubleshooting stuff I've done, failure to boot and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that I've done. Registry and all that kind of stuff, BIOS and stuff. You really don't want to be messing with that kind of thing unless you're real clear, because that could really mess things up on your computer. But this is really the stuff that I really want to go starting in chapter 12. The networking stuff and the printer stuff. The printer stuff is stuff that I really want to be clear on when I get into that. Networking, I'm not real comfortable on it. I understand it stuff as I read through it, but I'm not real clear on a lot of it. So wireless networking and stuff like that, I want to be real clear on that kind of stuff. The internet and the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. The cabling's more, a lot of stuff is kind of coincident, back and forth with Network Plus and the A Plus stuff. But I would want to just really be clear on this basic stuff here with going through a lot of this here and be real clear on what's going on with a lot of this stuff. And virtualization, I don't know anything about that. I've never dealt with that, so I want to be clear on that kind of thing there. And just go through the book here. Mobile devices, understanding mobile devices. I've not done a lot with mobile devices or phones. I have fixed a few phones a few years ago. I've cleaned some phones up, not taken them apart. I've taken phones apart and messed with my own just to see how, and I mean, you really got to have tiny little fingers and stuff like that to go through that kind of thing. And I've helped people speed up their phones. Actually, I've cleaned their phone up, going through a lot of stuff with apps that they didn't need. I've uninstalled that. I've cleaned it up, run virusware and all that kind of stuff. And I've had people tell me that their phone basically runs brand new on how to save their battery power, how to save their data, how to do all that, reconfigure their settings and all that kind of thing. And I've done it on a few laptops too, where I've had people tell me that their laptop runs almost brand new. Now, you know, why they would just tell me that just out of nowhere and not be true about it, you know, I don't see it being that way. But a lot of troubleshooting stuff and everything like that. So that's where I want to go. Let's go back to the beginning here, back to where I'm going to start. This is the beginning of the book here with different things. And I started reading about the CPUs and the RAM, and I have a pretty good understanding about that firmware and stuff. I just want to go back on that. I really don't need to focus too much on that as opposed to where I want to start with that chipsets and stuff like that, Northbridge, Southbridge. They really don't do that anymore because a lot of things are being put down into, you know, more into the firmware and stuff like that, and they're condensing everything down into different chips and stuff like that. They're utilizing chips that they're putting a lot of stuff in, and they're building security into the chip itself, separate chips for more. That's what the TPM that you really need to do if you look into chapter, or not chapter, but Windows 11. And I just saw today that Windows 10, any kind of updates, Microsoft will not be updating or doing any kind of assistance with that after 2025. So they will be done with, much like Windows 7, Windows 8, and everything like that. But this is all peripherals, word plugins and stuff like that. I'm pretty familiar with that kind of stuff. Not real comfortable with it, but overall, if I had to choose between focusing on that right now and focusing on from chapter 12 to the end, I really want to focus on the chapter 12 stuff and really be going through with that and really help me with my current laptop. it boots up. I've done everything. I've looked at it. I've mentioned that in the video too, but it's just kind of sitting here now because there's not much I can do with it until I get a second monitor or get the screen replaced that I have on it and go from there. But this chapter 12 through the rest of the book will really help me with what I want to do with my entrepreneur stuff, and really help me and really credit me to what I want to do moving forward. So enjoy. Hope these tips help you. Hope going through this stuff helps you. And any questions or anything like that, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe and follow to. Well, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my LinkedIn page. Let's Get Tech, and help me try to build my empire, try to build my entrepreneurship, and try to help me get the word out, get some other stuff out to try to help people that really don't have the skills but can save them a lot of money. Because if you look at the prices for a lot of the stuff that you could do yourself, it's pretty expensive. Charging out a screen or boot process and everything like that is, sometimes it's a simple fix where people could do it real quick, and they can go all over YouTube and do it. But a lot of people just, if you see videos, you go through all this nonsense. Sometimes you got to skip through 3-4 minutes of the video before you get to where you want to be. And I try to not do that. I try to get right to the point from the video. Try to keep it kind of consistent. I'm getting a little better where I don't jump all over the place like I did in the beginning, but it's still a learning process. It's still a work in progress for me doing this video stuff and trying to do it on my cell phone. So I'm working on all that. And the other thing too is they save money on doing that kind of stuff. I've done that. I've done a video where I saved a woman, or not a video, but I've done a couple years ago. I mentioned this in the video going back to where a woman her laptop wouldn't boot up, and I saved her $100 just by doing a simple trick. Again, like I mentioned, you can go all over YouTube and you can Google this stuff and everything, but unless you really understand it and know what to do, you can get a lot of misinformation, and you can get a lot of stuff where it can really mess your computer up with people trying to tell you wrong things. So I try to be straightforward with a lot of stuff and try to get people right to the point right from the beginning, keep it consistent to where they don't have to skip through or just skip through the video at all, and just be like, man, all I want to do. And a lot of times I've come to this video where I'll click on something and I'll have to jump to the video to try and find out where it is, because it's a lot of bloatware and a lot of just junk mixed in with it. And in the beginning, it was like, all I want to know is how to do this, or all I want to know is how does this work, or how do I fix this? And I got to skip through 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes through the video to try to find out where it is. But they titled the video, "This is what you're looking for," so you click on it, and that kind of time waits moves up. So this is where I'm at with getting onto this stuff and go from there. What else did I want to mention about any of this? Well, if I come up, I forget what it was, but if I come over with it, I'll try to do another video on going through this, and we'll go from there. Oh, the other thing too is I have a link where I came up with some merchandise, some shirts. One of them, not a mask, but a COVID, I think it's called Gator or something like that, where it's the whole thing that covers your whole face, basically. For that, I have, if people could click on my store link for that and just go through merchandise on that, I get a small fee for everything. I really don't do anything on that. I just come up with a design or a name on it, add it to it. They do all the printing, they do all the stuff on this site. All I do is come up with the idea, submit it, and it just goes through. And I have a sheet somewhere on what I get for something like that. I think I have it close by where, let me see if I can find it somewhere. Here, yeah, here it is. It's just stuff here. Here's, what I have and stuff like that. Samsung case, iPhone case, a mug. See, the thing with the price is I have stickers for $2.75, and I get 51 cents per sticker sold. The t-shirt, one of the t-shirts, $18, and I think that's what it is on there. The profit is $6.16. It's what I get from that. And just break down that the neck gaiter up there for the COVID is $20. But see, I can change the price and stuff like that, but it gets to a certain point where if you start bringing it down too low, they won't let you do it. There's a default that you actually have to set it at to start from, and then go from there. And you don't. It's not really profit to do anything like that, but it's a little something to help me build my entrepreneur stuff, and to go from there and take some money and build it into better things and invest it back into my business and sell the products, get the word out by people wearing my shirt. And I still have to order some of my own shirts to wear it around, and go from there. So hopefully you guys can share my link, buy some products, even if it's a few stickers, just to post it on there, and just look at it, go to the store, look at it, and let me know what you think. Thanks.